How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massive Beer Reviews, back with a little bit of a treehouse up in this piece in the form of their mega treat. Look at that, son. This comes courtesy of my boy Corey. Thank you very much for sending this off. This be mega what? It says in the bottom, as you can see there. It's about a week to 10 days old. We're cracking into it. Let's see what the sucker has to offer. Offer is the word I was looking for there. Not offer. I have had treats from Treehouse, but I believe they've all been base treats. Like, they haven't been like mega treat or super treat. This is mega treat. Let's read it. It says here, mega treat is a hugely hopped rendition of super treat. Building upon the base of super treat with a substantially larger malt bill and a sweeter base beer, mega treat is ideally suited to absorb a big hop onslaught. In spite of this, it drinks like a most outstandingly juicy hot beverage that you can imagine. Candied orange, candied mango, and blend of tropical starburst flavors blast out of the can upon opening this beer. Mango. It's awesome. 8.7%. Let me look real quick to see what I've done for the treats. I'm curious. I know I've had a couple. I think I reviewed a couple. Tree house treat. Why'd you do that? Just the one. Yeah, just the one it looks like I've reviewed. And there you go. And I've had a couple. They vary greatly from beer to beer, so we'll see how this one goes. Pretty much looks like the regular treat, except with this psychedelic kind of thing going on. And man, that looks like butternut squash soup. Like, I'm trying to like be like, how can I show you that this is dark in the core? It's dark in the core. I mean, that is dark. Like, it get light. This is a big ass light underneath here, and it gets light and then dies. You know what I mean? Like, it is a dense, super dense kind of beer. Pinky finger, just under keg colored head, super tightness. See if you can get a nose. I mean, it is the tropical fruit portion of the show here is huge. That mango, just rich, sweet mango, papaya kind of thing going on there. Sure, there's citrus vibes, but it really is that kind of mango kind of portion of the show, that tropical fruit portion of the show that's really leading the way. Not getting a big, huge bitterness on there. I'm getting the perception there is going to be decent sweetness. I mean, come on. They kind of say multiple times how sweet this beer is going to be. So it doesn't smell super hyper aggressive, but it smells dense, thick, with a couple C's. But not in a stout kind of way. In this kind of hazy kind of way. Turbid is the word we're looking for. Let's dive in. Cheers. That's really good. Man, I want to eat this beer. I can't, though. It's weird. Weird in a very, very, very tasty way. Weird in a way that it's almost like knee-jerk reaction. I want to sit here and say this beer drinks below its weight class, but it doesn't. It is vibrant. It is borderline violent with how aggressive it is. But it has such a soft, sultry initial mouthfeel to it that it's like almost like your brain kind of glitches out a little bit, going like, okay, this is super smooth and super soft, and it's hyper aggressive, both on a kind of candied fruit front. They talk about this candied portion of the show and multiple fruits here. I mean, perfect description. It gives you this candied portion of the show without getting cloying. That's the cool part it's pulling off. It's sweet, but it's not like overtly sweet. The mouth feels like creepy soft, like super fluffy, creamy soft, like to die for creamy soft, but not in that kind of like we dosed it with lactose and we're not telling you kind of way. It just has this ultra nice kind of mouthfeel. There's a bitterness to it, but it's not hyper aggressive, but it's just kind of like a dancing around the edge of the whole beer, just letting you know that it's there. It's a very cool beer. It's probably one of the more interesting Treehouse beers I've had in quite some time. It's pulling off a bunch of interesting tricks here that, I mean, I'm sure I've probably had this before, but I don't know if I've had all these tricks all in the same beer. That's the thing. That's why it's like super unique. So it's that, like, it's a sweet beer, but it's not overly sweet. It's got a super creamy fluffiness, but it's a big beer. You know it's a big beer. It's not like it's a super creamy fluffy, but it's like, okay, it's drinking way below its weight class. No, it's like super aggressive, but super creamy. And then that bittering portion of the show, which is actually getting to the point where I'm almost like leaning into like a West Coast IPA kind of bitterness. That's how aggressive this bitterness is getting for me. But it's not. It's not getting there. It's still New England through and through, even though that aggressiveness, that bitterness really does come through. It's not getting to the point where I'm like, oh, it's hyper aggressive bittering, but it is. That's the cool trick it's pulling off. I like this beer. I like this beer a lot. This is very cool. Yeah, tropical fruit, that mango papaya thing, in combination with the big citrus component. Every sip I take gets a little bit more jammy, marmalade-y, kind of, not sweetened, but something a bit more to it, citrus-wise. This is really good. Like, really good. Is this one of the better double IPAs I've had as of late? Yes. Mount Rushmore status. Is this one of the better double IPAs I've had from Treehouse as of late? Yes. Mount Rushmore status. Is this one of the better double IPAs I've had from Treehouse and Sentence? I think it is. I really do think it is. For me, you know, there might be some better flavor profile somewhere. There might be a little bit better kind of expression of fruit, expression of mouthfeel, a bunch of different things. But the way this kind of beer pulls off what it pulls off, you know, the way that mouthfeel plays, the way the flavor plays, the way the sweetness plays, in such a juxtaposition is the word I'm looking for. I've said it multiple times in reviews before, but on each and every level, you're getting like just counteracting. It's like, it's super creamy, but it shouldn't be, or it's really sweet, but it's not overly sweet. It's like this weird kind of trick being pulled on multiple levels that makes me kind of just excited to drink. I mean, you're talking about a double IPA from Treehouse. You know, not to be like that guy, but it's like, you know, it's not what I get from them. Let me rewind that. It's not what I get, like, in this package. I get all of these components. Typically, that's the calling card for the beer. It's kind of like this one's this kind of tropical fruity, or this one has the mouthfeel, or this, whatever. Rarely is it all, every single trick, all jammed in the same beer, and that's kind of where this one comes from, or this one kind of displays, is a better way to put it. I love it. I think it's fantastic. I think it's one of the better, and by far and away, one of the better, excuse me, double IPAs I've had as of late, and probably one of my favorite Treehouse beers I've had in quite some time, if not all time. Yeah, I said it. There it is. Value and availability, no idea. Corey, let me know what's what and leave you with if you like what we like this. If you like big, huge hazies. If you like big, huge or let me rephrase that, rewind. If you drink this and you don't like it, you don't like big, huge hazies, man. Or something about this just tickles me pink. It's a mega treat. What can I say? There you go. Stop on that cheesy little kind of, whatever they call that. What do they call that? Kind of, it's like saying the title of the movie in the movie, you know? It's like, anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. If you've had this, please let me know. Down there, if you want to talk about it, Massive Beers, if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff, Beer Massive, if you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little bit of treat right now. Hopefully see you next time. Cheers.